All right, I took a break. I want to keep quiet, so I'm gonna play some more.
Subjects get. We respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolity our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring in product to market? Enhancing people's lives, optimizing broadcasting, respecting side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the
Horse
shifting
comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
freedoms all about. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110%.
Who do you think's getting this big promotion? Yes?
Artificiality
Here we
is
are.
our guiding
Proverbial
principle.
belly of the
Enjoy
beast.
an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous.
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Good. I do hate having to follow up. Ordinarily, reception here would detain you with a whole song and dance, but you're no common contractor. You're my honored guest. And as such, I've informed them there's no need. I wanted to formalize my gratitude for your assistance on Greater Tranquility Station. What a shame our negotiations were so violently digressed. I felt we were making real progress, notwithstanding a subsection or two. While making our expeditious retreat from the station, Alden and I encountered a dying man, one of the Order radicals in league with our would-be assassin DeVries. He confessed DeVries' entire plan, and that he thought you must have stopped her. Thanks for that, by the way. Two dead delegates really would have impeded negotiations. In fact, that is what I summoned you here to discuss. Some messages have indeed been sent hither and thither through back channels. Alden remains convinced an agreement can be reached, and I concur. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's even the remotest chance of bringing the Order and Auntie's Choice together, the profit from doing so far outweighs the risk. With Auntie's Choice as its partner, the Order need no longer concern itself with the vulgarity of production, and can instead focus on experimentation and progress. Yes! All Auntie's Choice requires is the ability to package, market, and sell its inventions, first to Arcadia, and then to the larger galaxy once this Rift business is resolved. I assure you, Auntie's Choice will maintain a very laissez-faire approach into Order business.
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's Choice products. We have a wide range of goods for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most big-minded of customers. We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine.
To begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order and Auntie's Choice. I expect the Order will want you to, I don't know, clap some chalkboard erasers together or something. Do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders, and convince each to agree to meet and continue the negotiations. Imagine the benefits of having both the Order and Auntie's Choice at your back when facing down the Protectorate. That's a rarity money cannot buy. And there's always the moral incentive to consider, I suppose. Ending the conflict between Auntie's Choice and the Order means less lives lost. Capital. capital.
Good point.
As I mentioned
She's got a
before,
point.
you'll first need to earn an audience with the presiding bishop and our very own chief executive before this plan can go ahead. When it comes to the order, approach their laureates. They seem to run things. On our side, work with the VPs, improve their opinion of you, and gain their trust. I was also going to suggest improving your oratory skills, but you seem rather eloquent, so I think you have nothing to fear in that arena. Certainly. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. Dingy little watering hole on the Esplanade. Not glamorous, but you won't contract anything fatal from the drinks there. Probably. But for a person of means and taste, the best choice is undeniably the finest gin mill on board. They tried to name a drink after me once, you know, but I refused. Too gauche. You'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the promenade. Oh, answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not something we advocate in Auntie's Choice. Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review or law forbid. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer. Quite literally. This corporation would be adrift without her as our steady bellwether. Aren't you adorable? Next, you'll be asking me to name a time I overcame adversity in the workplace. What is anyone apart from the function they perform? To wit, I am my job. And I rather think such an esteemed position speaks for itself.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Auntie's Choice is hiring. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment, or rapacious rogue of corporatism. Welcome to Auntie's Choice Esteemed Invaluable Disposable Agent Program. As in IDA, your assignments will be some of the most decisive and admirable tasks that Auntie's Choice has to offer. IDAs help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determinism, you might even live to see the results. That's right, a life filled with action, adventure, riches, and romance awaits. Being an IDA will see all of your fantastical dreams come true. Now, if you'll just exit through to your left, 2 of our top 29 vice presidents are waiting to speak with you. And remember, Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack offers our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets in one convenient package for an additional price.
Offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice.
Well, wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration. It's not every day we have such a capable operative accept our invitation to the undisputed claim. While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long time.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition. You'll report to both of us. For now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice. Yet they are indubitably one and the same. By coming into my employ and helping to secure Auntie's interests, you are directly manifesting a stable future for this colony.
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers, talk to the Order.
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen. The kind that changes everything. The kind that turns our universal brand into the brand of the universe. We need someone not shaped by Auntie's meritocracy. It serves its function, but our workers tend to focus on rung climbing. We need an individualist who sees unorthodox solutions. A daring, non-conforming perturbation ameliorator to implement our monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
More succinctly, we are recruiting an expert outside consultant. It most certainly will. And the pay is the least of the benefits this opportunity affords.
Be our eyes and ears, act as our emissary, and when necessary, dispense with any competition. I have a plan, a vision that will change the course of Auntie's Choice.
Yes, Charles, your vision. Created alongside myself, a team of researchers, slew of marketing experts, a moon-spanning computronic gizmo, and not least of all, Auntie.
Well,
Don't allow our banter to fool you. We are valued colleagues who, under normal circumstances, hold each other in the highest esteem.
So true. This particular effort has our nerves a bit high-strung, but we'll still exchange Spratwurst platters come the 10th day of presents for Auntie's birthday.
Well, ain't that nice? I can't quite recall the last time I got to swap gifts on a company holiday.
Your first assignment demonstrates some of the very qualities we need. Something unexpected, or in truth, unprecedented, has happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having something of a workforce issue.
I guess I'm glad I didn't wipe out that chemical
Workers
plant.
are, well, asking for things. It's strange. They've stopped working. The workers there simply stopped.
Oh, these were the ones that were protesting.
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction. And they said they won't return to work unless things at the plant improve.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers.
Striking? You're saying they're about to turn violent?
Yes, well, if they're this delusional, violence is the next natural step. Who do they intend to strike? Us?
Dear law, what a bunch of devious, ungrateful, greedy little prigs! After all the opportunities Auntie's given them to repay us like this, I'm so disappointed.
So what do you suggest we do about such an utterly unheard of situation? It is absolutely imperative that we get those people back to work, whatever it takes. Negotiate. As in, give in to some of their demands. Won't that set a terrible precedent for others?
No, Ursula, it won't, because we won't be the ones doing it. That is exactly why we've hired you as my brand new perturbation ameliorator. You'll solve the problem for us, and we will retain absolute deniability.
Right.
No, you misunderstand my meaning. Deniability doesn't mean we hide behind you. It means you may act outside the fundamental tenets of Auntie's Choice Society.
But you, who are not officially an Auntie's Choice employee, can do whatever you want. Anyone asks about our involvement, and we can disavow it.
Wonderful! You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and mediate an end to this lunacy, which gets those ingrates back to work.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless you disappoint, in which case I will disavow that statement.
Society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few petty side effects at an early... At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well suited to the shifting needs of our populace.
Go consume, like a good consumer.
Final freedoms all about.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
We talk what makes her heedlessly assembled and vastly bettered it. Through artificial means, at Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial.
Artificiality is our guiding principle. Ensure artificially enhanced existence through the Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now?
Mind your own business interests.
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Why, looky here. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work in Angle, or were you moved by our plight? When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder. First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day with a mop and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody? And smiling, too.
Head back here when you're done with them two. The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of a controversial figure around here. Consider him a concern for later. Anything else? Oh, nothing so mundane. Alcantara's cornered the market with an innovative concept. Our grand vision is... Okay, wait for it. Now he's done all the work, steal his idea. That's what we want to find out. And that whole smiling business, anybody that's secure in their place here has to have dirt on somebody. Something that we could capitalize on. Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just say that we're all so looking forward to working with you. We can't wait to benefit from the fruit of your efforts. See everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper middle management, here we come.
Can't help you. Sorry.
Stop that spouting around.
Hey, mister, any bits to spare?
story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend. To put it down for a... To each successive generation, Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo Storms. I cleaned Spacer's Chosen goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then send a goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's pretty face, I like to clean it twice.
Well, hello again.
Because they've definitely come back just to see you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
Product development, the borscht loaf and butter of our entire operation. Thanks to our marketing wizard selling the sizzle of incremental product improvements, sales of new and improved
Get you something?
nutrition supplements are
Afraid he stepped away to his office. He's around the corner to the right, just past the stairs. Likely find him whipping up a fresh batch of Raptidon Bite cocktails. If I did, I think the boss would share that. I mean, I actually been concocting my own cocktail creations in my odd-off hour. I'm very creative. In fact, I have. I once made a drink called Death by Purpleberry and also Xeranium Poisoning. Very high concept. Only a select clientele would appreciate it. Fleetingly. More's the pity.
I fostered a healthy, cutthroat rivalry between our top divisions. Jealousy, hard feelings, really. Unorthodox.
Right up for the most exorbitant. We cure all physical ails. Most at least. Well, there are a lot, I guess. We cure some physical ails. That sounds all right, right? No, but the medicament merchant right downstairs can set you up. I just do hands-on repairs. Don't keep...
Sorry, time is bits. Bits of time. Or are, that is.
When they work more, ease off the throttle, gang. Won't be any malfeasance if you don't look for it. Next is effective arbitration. Quite the bit pit. Down 14% in leg reps. You're supposed to squeeze blood from every
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Value added Esplanade.
Oh, ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ships, let's give this a watch.
And the action. Maverick free. There's a lot of volatility out there.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Any choice when you
You're-
Ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ship, let's give this a watch.
Esplanade.
Ain't heard from Ortiz in months.
Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it.
When we get back to the ship,
I
let's
get
give
it,
this
and
a
he
watch.
shut the hell up.
Laugh, purchase, and consume
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big
Certainly a more profitable program than the
Protector's watered-down people, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That would put steers in the seats. A love sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play.
Commander, over here. Commander, wanted to chat with you about the cartridge that courier gave us. Ain't heard from Ortiz in... Might well have been a year at this point. That's how it goes when you've fallen behind, and the others got no choice but to keep moving. If he's spending his hard-earned bits to contact me now, there must be a real good reason. Would you watch the message with me? Fella from my old unit. Good buddy of mine before I was discharged. I didn't get the chance to say goodbye after the grafting procedure. Didn't have a way of reaching out, neither. Thanks, Commander. Would you do the honors and get it going?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Well, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you do, Inez, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
Oh shit. I guess maybe I should move locations.
Loath as I am to compliment the enemy, that's one damn... damn impressive tower. Seizing that as a prize would change everything.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers! Cordial sacrifice each man!
On my monitor.
All those Auntie's Choice adverts claiming each new product is 110% this and that, as if numbers are just another adjective unmoored from evidence. Doesn't it enrage you? Come now. You can't really expect truth in advertising. It's not the mistruths. It's the cavalier liberties taken with basic mathematics. How can every product be 110% better? What does that even mean? Have you tried the new Borstwurst Marisol? I'd say it's at least 110%, maybe 120% better than whatever passed for meat paste in the last formulation.
You're cleared to enter. Go on in.
Ah, Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? What a curiously entropic point of view. All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress. And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today? Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested? Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
If that's the conclusion you want to support, don't ask me.
Personal it is. Your substantial ego provides the confidence needed to achieve in ways large and small. It most certainly will not prevent you from forming healthy relationships in the future. A 24-hour period of self-reflection and circumspection is recommended after receiving your first conviction. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered. Come now, don't tell me you haven't noticed our particular strain of hospitality here in the garden. I can only imagine how odd such an abundance of tranquility and friendliness must seem when contrasted with, well, anywhere else in Arcadia, especially in the middle of a war, and so near active fighting. Almost unfeasible, wouldn't you say?
You know, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but there's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan, and you're clearly up to something. She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth. Appreciate that. I spent decades undercover with only self-affirmations to assuage my vacillating morale. Well, do I have to shoot up the place? Or will you come clean immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the CAF integration point, perhaps?
Hello. Welcome to CAF Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runch, and I'll be happy to assist you today. Is this another census? Or my previous answers not sufficient? I could spend all day expositing on the benefits of the garden, but I think you'll experience much of it yourself If you're permitted to stay, of course. Oh, she's a real top-of-class type. Smart, but also patient. I struggle sometimes with my advanced courses, but Persephone's been tutoring me after work hours. I'm just glad she doesn't mind teaching the same lesson twice. Anyway, I'd hate to waste any more of your free study period with my idle thoughts. Anything else I can help with?
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I? I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden. Recall what you have observed thus far. Isn't it strange how calm everyone is? The Order is in the middle of a war. A war, one might say, they are losing. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply. I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough. It makes the mind quieter, like closing the door on a screaming crowd. It's not unpleasant. Depends on your definition of harm. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance. I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested? So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor. All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it Perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? One more thing before you leave. Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
second makeup exam will not be on, so I hope you study this time prior. You may begin now.
Right. No pressure.
I'll be right back.
Hey! Only security personnel are permitted in this booth. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving.
Agent, over here. Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
Thought led.
A visitor. It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. Not if I cannot gauge for certain if you can be trusted. I cannot allow just anyone to wander into Ruth's quarters. But there is something you could do to prove yourself worthy. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
Asa ought to know about this before we make a move. Otherwise, do me a favor and make sure I'm not in the vicinity when she hears of it.
Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular. Making a profit? What else? War is very lucrative.
Mobilizing. Combatant scan. Fortificator at ready. Adversary vulnerability. Fortification in progress. Locking them down.
Attack me? You attack like
Investigating hostile intentions. Target analyzed.
Weapon prime! Aggressor at hand.
Let the paradigm worry about tomorrow.
Have a fix on their weaknesses. attack.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Well, if only we had a device for closing rifts, like the one we found on Praetor.
Commander, Glorious Dawn members up ahead.
Let me handle them.
They'll listen if they wish to continue to draw breath.
You there. You need to leave. This is a holy site, traitor. Those shunned by the Dawn are not welcome. Did you not hear me? You must leave unless you wish to be ushered into perfection before the rest of this architect-forsaken colony. But please, give me an excuse to kill the betrayer of our exalted leader.
Betrayer? I am the savior of the Glorious Dawn. I will speak with your local hierarch at once.
I don't... that is... I can't. Hierarch Wolcott! You're needed over here! So, the power to manipulate rifts. That seems, let me just say I apologize if I've offended you in any way.
Wolcott? Wolcott's your hierarch? Shit.
Well, look here. I never expected to see you again, Azahelia.
here to spread more deceptions like your broadcast?
Wolcott here blamed his lack of ascension in our ranks on imagined machinations on my part instead of the real cause. His thoroughly sycophantic ineptitude.
Well, this has been delightful, as always, Asahelia. What say I have my sycophants kill you now? Unless you have any further inanities to spew as your last words.
Just that I might have regretted killing everyone here if they'd not been following a disgrace such as yourself. But now, I'm going to enjoy it.
Do the deceptions never end with you and your ilk? I'm no fool. What you claim is an impossibility. How would such a thing even work? Yes, of course it does. Makes perfect sense. If it does, in fact, do such. Can never be too certain about things of such import. A lot of crazed theoreticians about. Come, prove to me this device can do what you say. Then I will decide. But let me assure you, if you do anything but follow me to the rift, violence will ensue. I must admit to a certain modicum of suspicion towards your claims, but consider my interest piqued.
Why is the hierarchy leading outsiders to the rift?
Something of great import is afoot. No one gets escorted to the rift.
Is it time for sacrifices? When's our turn?
Acolyte Varna said he heard them talking about a device that can change the nature of the rift.
That's preposterous. There'll be some tomfoolery at hand.
Azza the betrayer. Why is she here? Why is she still alive?
If you can indeed control the rift, as you say, that changes things. It could force us to rethink our understanding of the rifts, but we are nothing if not truth seekers. Do not wander too far. My threat of violence is not to be taken lightly. The acolytes will open fire if you don't stay near me. Let us continue onward. We are here. Prove to me that your device can manipulate the rift, as you claim. Gods, this should not be possible. That device borders on the heretical. You will hand it over now, and then we shall decide what to do with you.
That's right, Wolcott. You think they won't listen to me now that I've shown I have power over the rifts? How'd you fancy your former acolytes tearing the flesh from your bones?
You're serious? You can't do that. I've been loyal to the Dawn. Please, let me live. We will give you no more trouble. we are here. Prove to me that your device can manipulate the rift as you claim. Guys!
That's right.
You're serious.
You bring a cultist into my... I hope this isn't a sign you've lost your nerve. Or are you planning on removing the cult...
Well, then it seems today is your lucky day. The Dawn and Newton have been dealt with. By us. Care to hear all the bloody particulars? Of course. How could you think otherwise? That was the best part.
You saw a problem and followed your own methods to solve it. I can admire that. Here's something for your trouble. If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reason something predicted has come to pass. One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be Protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a backdoor in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain Protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the Protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise.
scraps. Crew, go! Fight! Attack!
Hostility on foot. Mobilizing. Investigating hostile intentions.
You hearing that, Commander? Sounds like a distress signal. Or a trap.
Resorting to violence.
What's up, Gillis? I bet you I gotta have Inez in my party for this.
Combatant scan. Adversary.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
Let's let them try!
Lock on rocket launcher.
trapped. Messages to the Order left unanswered. Tried to run. Got about 2/5 of me gouged out. A lot of blood. Last now, spent much of my life wondering what I'd say at the end. Trying to think of the words for this felt like reading a thesis before the presiding bishop. But a lot of people die, and not a lot of final words get remembered. Certainly no one will hear these. So why worry about being meaningful? What matters is who I was when I was alive. And if I was predestined to be Ursapod food. I think maybe I would have liked to re-roll the odds.
Proceeding to attack. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Commander, hold up a moment. Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me. Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person. Reckon we'll need to find the signal's source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on. This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves. What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see. Damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. Ain't getting through that unscathed. Seriously. Don't send me in there.
Mechanis Tate speaking. I need the record to show
Hope he got a refund on his Raptidon repellent.
these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair. Only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the void and cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse. And what was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the gadget in the gun safe. This is when I need it.
Reckon we're the first to ever use this maintenance hatch?
Here.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. This clear disregard for life.
This is where we all nod and say it's humanity that are the real monsters.
Law! Ortiz? No.
He's a
Not
tyrant.
him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but no. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time. That's what I'm figuring. The graft placement and composition look exactly the same. And went wrong exactly the same, I'd reckon. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me. That ain't true. It weren't abandonment. It was breakage. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. It made me a liability. It endangered my unit. I can't blame anyone else when I knowingly accepted the risks. But they gave me hope when I had nothing. That was a lie. Then where does that leave me? Suppose I've always known something to be true, though. If nobody's privy to what the powerful do behind closed doors, then they can do anything. It's folk like us who pay the price. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming. Or if they do, they leave him just lucid enough to answer a few questions. Let's go.
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see.
Poor things. Been there. Those things. I respect a creature that unapologetically knows what it wants, even as my stomach churns. Fine. It can have Niles' room.
Careful.
Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about. Getting past those ursopods won't be easy. They turn mean real fast.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Fortification in progress. To the rescue.
See. Cover, medic.
Oh, I'm saved. Release me at once, please. I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Well, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
Where's the Oh, god damn it. I don't even have the I don't have that yet. No, I do. Where's the Oh, it's right here, demolitionist.
wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are. What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot. Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions. What you have to understand is that being a regular soldier does not pay dividends, but being the ultimate frontline fighter does. They understood this. Unfortunately, understanding can only go so far, as each of their bodies rejected the graft. But I got exceptional data out of it.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better. Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress? It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. You see, I'm only here because I conceived of a device to keep my lungs operational. Without it, I'd be laying repose in an iron lung. This is just the start of what we may build. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that have been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want.
You've not even heard my offer. Were you a true friend or associate or whichever, you'd let her decide for herself.
Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail.
Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No, no. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again? I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help, but I can't afford a mistake. I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me. Myself one of Auntie's own. Would I even want to? No, it's not. I was fooling myself thinking otherwise.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me. We were in the midst of negotiating.
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself. Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of this place any longer. Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Oh, wow. I guess I'm just kind of stuck. I guess I can't do it. And medical stuff. It's probably just a pet. Whatever.
Ever wonder if our assignment here will never end? Like, our employment contracts will just keep renewing and renewing.
Whenever you curse your tough luck, just remember, at least a relay station didn't fall under town.
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my Graftal the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future, but I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look Well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law. I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing. But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all this.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery. His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
If you think it's my own well-being I fear, then you don't know me at all. I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything. Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment? We got the intel we need, Commander. The undisputed claims our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now. What if I think I already have? I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere, but he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
future wants to kill you. Since then, our company has grown evil. There's always many lives.
It's better to breathe better and know betterment throughout the galaxy, but we also knowing you
So strive. Survive. Arrive. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now?
As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress. Nonsense. I have myriad data at my disposal to dispute such a claim.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try.
call it. My, how imaginative.
And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in Tuesday and Thursday.
Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and
Tranicular, arriving.
Ugh. Ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ship, let's give this a watch.
Still
Can't
stay
help
in the
but wonder
ship?
if Willard's already waiting for us in the back. Ugh. Ain't heard from Ortiz in months.
Wow.
When we get back to the ship, let's give this a watch.
Freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Ah, contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time Immunosol discount.
Ratcheting up by a threat detected.
I knew you'd come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
I predicted it would turn out this way.
Second chances are wasted on folk like you. Ain't making that mistake again.
Ha! If you're only just learning that now, my dear, you were destined for failure.
He really thought he could fight us off. Damn fool. But this ain't over yet. Once news of Willard's departure gets out, there'll be dozens of rung climbers jockeying for his place and to steal his legacy for their own. Which means they can continue his bastardization of a grafting program and make it all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Ain't suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. I don't know. Folk here are a whole lot more callous than I'd anticipated. Look how they treat the contractors, the down and outers. Who's to say that hearing some sob story won't just make them shrug and be thankful they ain't involved? All right, we ought to see if he's got anything of note on his person, and then once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's Darlings.
I cleared Spacer's chosen goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game.
Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain.
Auntie's choice! Darlings! Raise one! Take over this! Right back at you. Auntie Cleo, and I endorse...
Ever miss a limited time offer?
Your toil is netting us.
You there? Yes, you! I recognize your avatar.
Starting with product development.
Purpleberry product sample! Purpleberry product sample!
Baba!
This is all quite pedestrian, isn't it? Synthetic vanilla.
What's up, dude? Yeah, it's getting late.
Sorry.
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed director. The real talent, as they say.
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of the recording booths, through the door to your left. You'll want to speak with her.
Oh, they get the evidence.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin?
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are not what they seem.
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly, but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed. soldier, and one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Silong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice President of Experimental Operations, Willard Conan. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details. Some within our organization might call that frugal, thrifty even. That is, why waste a perfectly good resource when no one else has use for it?
These are human beings I'm speaking of, not barrels of void damn uranium. They were good folk who didn't know what they were signing up for. They deserved better. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail?
We found a ledger of his with an admission of stealing directly from Auntie and placing those funds in an account for an enterprise I don't recognize. Damning if you ask me.
So he admitted outright that he stole. How do you know this enterprise wasn't also in Auntie's name?
Well, he said he transferred the money. Covertly or something like. But if it was in Auntie's name, why would he try and hide it?
You're very new to this kind of business, aren't you? Your disclosure wasn't as iniquitous or revelatory as you implied. The only thing shocking was your abundant naivete.
Commander, I don't think we did enough. Law. I know we ain't gonna know for sure until the broadcast airs, but we ought to go.
Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
I guess there was more evidence to be found.
No autographs, I'm afraid. Not outside of special appearances. Normally I would, but my agent would space me.
She still got her mod kit, so.
And nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter. And that's small change compared to experimental operations where top lab confidential work.
Have a profitable day.
You're here from Melquiades Alcantara. Afraid you're a mite bit late. Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased? Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if you had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour? Fair assessment. Not particularly helpful, though. We mostly just make sure no one's sloppy enough to get caught. If they do, we throw the book at them. And it's a large book. Leaves quite a mark. Of course we have laws. Anyone breaks a few in a flagrant or particularly inept fashion, they need to be held accountable, or everyone's bottom line suffers. No, It would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, you'd be someone else's department to worry about. Just like on that show, Corporate Fixers for Hire. You're just like Rico Sockdolager in real life. Who does that make me? If you're after the recipe, you probably want to ask around at the bottom runner. Someone there might know who'd kill Melquiades for it. Go on. You're clear to saunter freely. But remember, taste more and feel less. Auntie Fizzo's numb rum.
Murder mystery?
Look who's back. You. I know one. Valo Andrews, owner of the Best Choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melquiades said she's meaner than a bag of raptidons. I'll miss his wit. The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a vent. Some of us have pride. More's the pity.
News from home, but our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitchfall, they call it.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally
Enter
giving them
elsewhere.
away!
People say Auntie's Choice and Sub Rosa are
Black
no
Market's
different.
got your back.
Heard you're in league with Sub Rosa.
Close enough.
You know, since we met earlier, I've been thinking. You're the very thing we're looking for right now. You possess the sort of rugged, nonconformist, individualist nature that our listeners identify with. Or believe they do, anyway. From the
What, really?
meekest flunky to the most milquetoast myrmidon, why, friend, you're everything they want to be.
Fiscal week, even with half our team's 32 backs benched, they forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad windfall.
There's two things I desperately require. Realism, authenticity. Sure, some might say they're the same thing, but I use both to highlight emphatic weight. We're working on a brand new set of advertisements and need your exact kind of distinct perspective. Of course it pays. Not amazingly, sure, but it's a rare chance to make something true and real that speaks to people and that possesses a certain cachet, right? Listen, you've got the stuff that can't be faked. Our listeners are sophisticated. They can see right through anything less than 110% genuine.
Designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill.
Step inside. I'll introduce you to our main creative type, Mitt Tarkenton. Why, the things he does with words you wouldn't believe. He'll tell you how we do things, how we sell product. Then you provide your expertise, lend your maverick perspective to help him come up with how.
We do so knowing we persist.
All it requires is you be yourself, unabashedly. Then get paid for it. Head into our recording facility when you're ready. Mitt will be in one of the studios. I'll be right along.
Auntie, when are you going to have a sale? My dear child, every day is a sale at Auntie's Choice. Yes, you heard that right. Every day.
Purpleberry product samples. Purpleberry complimentary Purpleberry comestibles. Compliments of
Spare
Auntie's
me your
Choice.
sales.
So she makes sure every Auntie's tobacco line on sale for the lowest price that she can afford. How do you know it's the best price? Because Auntie knows.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles!
Take whatever business
We're
you're
literally
willing
giving...
out.
Hey, didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little.
just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times. Oh, that. Yeah. Wish they wouldn't say that. Ain't accustomed to fancy titles. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says, anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely. Me? Rich? Never thought about it like that, but guess I do have all my vital needs sort of cared for. Save for anyone who cared to listen to me. Oh, until you, I mean. Been some time. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk. She saw me, she'd probably chide me for being overly friendly with everyone, like she used to.
Enough of that. You ain't idling, you're networking, expanding business opportunities. That's my go-to line anyway.
Oh, guess I was at that, huh? Thanks. Like you're on, by the way. Mine are just boring metal.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
Wait, really? Why, sure. I mean, guess I can't see the harm. Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new friend here, we're just going over there to the bottom runger to talk.
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and our lives depended on it.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice.
Right, so how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just conversate? Oh, right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. Okay then. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe? Oh, Felicity. Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So guess she's Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that works? She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject. Guess that's why them guards call me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it. We were, what do you call them? Bedraggled orphans, together. Both worked at the garbage pile in Argos. She had to pull me out one time, else I'd be smushed right now.
That's what unbridled freedom's all about. We took what nature heedlessly assembled.
Yep, she was close as you are right now. I got stuck in the pile, hoisted me out. Said if she hadn't not shown up, I would have become garbage. Aw, you got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
You ate food once? Is that? Is that so? Recall anything else about her of, I don't know, even greater import?
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. This is nice. Talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you. Well, you know, I haven't talked to her for, going on 40 years or thereabouts, I think. But, you know, we were real tight when we were nubbins. When she approved my request for this role, I got a letter from her that said, dictated but not read at the end. Like she was talking right to me. Or at me, maybe.
Next, we have Reginald Oswald in proprietary
Oh, but this had her name on it and everything. Like that squiggly line, that means she wrote it. That's not exactly something I've been privy to, you know, per se. All I know is Auntie's has been around a lot longer than I have, and there's always been an Auntie. Can't see anyone else coming after my Auntie, though. Wouldn't imagine she'd allow it. But I don't know. Maybe the job ain't cracked up like it seems.
Elise when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runner that I was, quote, long in the tooth and short on
One drink for all of them, right? Oh, okay. Just thought there might be some new rule. Toasting! That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, you ever have this empty falling feel? You know, in your chest? Like that, I guess. Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what. But that she was real sorry about the people she had to step on to get there, though. I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all. Oh, okay. Sure, we can keep on, you know, converserating. Just a bit, right? What about? I don't like to say much about that. I had to. For her. I only did it one time ever. I swear. I've never been good at lying. Just did it that once. The last day I saw Felicity. Auntie. I was going to turn her in, but she was there. Felicity. She was all crying. Told me all the bad stuff she did. Needed somebody to say she weren't a bad person. So I said it. And now I wonder a lot if I am the bad person on account of that lie.
Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off. Pitchball, they call it.
So, maybe I'm not good, but I'm less bad? Less bad is pretty good, I reckon. A less bad person might not need to feel bad a lot. Thanks. Well, guess I should get back to work. Important job and all. You know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since Fel and I worked the garbage pile in Argos. Like, less bad. Maybe good even.
I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force traumas in last week's. Between the easy heel loafers and
I don't know. That's gonna do for this one. I gotta get some sleep. Appreciate you guys hanging out.